Okay, so hey guys, welcome back to another Access 72 video, and in today's video I'm back with another interview. I'm here with Callum Singh. Callum, how we doing, man?
Hello mate, good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you on the channel, mate. And some are right in saying you're a 21-year-old bantamweight who's 2-0.
Yeah, I've had my last couple of fights at bantamweight, but I'll go down to fly, and I'll probably be going up as I get a little bit older as well.
Okay, so what, you just, with your age, you kind of gonna grow into maybe a bit of a higher weight?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you never know really, but probably I'm only 21, so at the minute I'm like fly, super fly, bantam. Maybe by the time I'm 26, 27, I might go up to super bantam and so on. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I might fill out a bit more, I might not. So we'll see.
Of course, man. And so we'll start with the question which you always like to start off with. Why did you start boxing?
I just started boxing because it was something to do, really. I've took a little bit of a natural, like, quick learning to it. Like, I picked it up quite well. I liked it. It kept me busy in the evenings, which was good. Do you know what I mean? Growing up on the estate, so that was it, really. I just went there and carried on going. That was it.
Of course, man. And so, do you remember what happened in your first amateur fight?
Yeah. So my first amateur fight was a skills fight. So it's like no one wins. It's like a exhibition. I had one of them when I was 12, probably like a couple of weeks before I turned 13, and then I boxed the same lad who I had the skills fight with in my first fight, and then I stopped him in the first round with a body shot.
Wow. That's impressive, mate. That's definitely how you wanted to, suppose, carry on, starting as you wanted to carry on, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, man. And so, what would you say from your kind of whole amateur experience was your biggest achievement?
I wouldn't say I did. I didn't even really do anything crazy as an amateur. I never won a national title or get on to England or anything like that. I boxed a few lads who did. I won a whole box cup silver, which I thought was nice. Obviously, gold would have been better. I won the Midlands area championships like 8, 9 times. I won the Elite Midlands title bout as well. That's it, really. I don't think there's really much else.
Of course. And so, just to touch upon that Midlands, is that whereabouts you based currently, man?
I'm in Coventry.
Coventry. No, I was going to say that's it's not too far away from me, mate. I'm sure I'll try and catch one of your fights at some point.
Yeah, man, wicked. I'll definitely be out once, maybe twice before the end of the year.
Good to hear, man. Okay, yeah, it's something to look out for, definitely. And so, I mean, now you've kind of been turned over for a little while, and so why did you end up turning professional when you did?
It was just... So I had about 32 fights as an amateur, and my style was like a back foot counter style. I wasn't really getting decisions that I should have been. Do you know what I mean? It was just one of them things where it was like, really, I'm not going to go to the Olympics or do anything crazy. Do you know what I mean? So I thought, why not turn over and start early in the pro ranks and get learning.
Of course, and of course things are going very well for you so far. Got the 2 victories, and so out of these 2, which one would you say you've performed your best in?
I don't think one was better than the other. I think the first one I literally was fresh out the amateurs, and the second one was more adapted to the pro style. So the second one I was just really trying new things out, like putting him on the back foot, having my hands a bit higher. Standing in range a bit longer, maybe taking shots that I wouldn't usually take, but to get off my own heavy shots rather than just not getting hit the whole fight and do you know what I mean? Winning on points. I thought I'd try and stick it on him a bit. So probably my second one, but arguably my first one as well. Because I literally probably got hit about twice in my first fight, but then in my second fight I tried to like do new things, but got hit a little bit more. I still didn't lose a round, but it was just one of them, like, so I don't know. That's my answer.
No, of course. No, I mean, especially early on when you're having these kind of fights against maybe journeyman-like opponents, you do want to be testing out different things, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, and adapting your style.
Yeah, that's it. Just trying new things out. It's all learning, like, because when I get up to these like title fights, which I'm wanting to in this new season, then there's no learning. It's time to it's game time. Do you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, definitely, that's the right mentality, man. And so, I mean, now you have had these couple of pro fights. Would you say that you're now more settled in, and like when you go into these fights, you're feeling maybe a bit less nerves and stuff like that?
You always feel nerves. I think nerves are good, but I don't know. I'm definitely more like before I boxed as a pro, I was very nervous because I was like, it's weird boxing a journeyman. Where it's weird going into a fight from the amateurs where every fight was a 50-50 and everyone always trying to come to win, to now going to backwards almost and boxing someone who's really you're meant to beat. Do you get what I mean? So that was hard because it's a weird kind of pressure. Because if you lose, then do you know what I mean? And, you might as well not bother. So it's hard, but I'm definitely more settled now because I'm more used to the training multiple times a day, eating right, with all the things that I kind of didn't really do as an amateur. So
that's good to hear, mate. And so what would you say currently is your main motivation for boxing?
My main motivation for boxing is to prove I'm the best. Just to prove I'm the best at my weight and any other weights. That's it, just to prove I'm the best. And obviously after that, probably financial as well. I want to change my life. But yeah, I just want to prove that I'm better than any other man at these weights.
Of course, that's the thing to be fighting for, mate. And so, I mean, you've spoke about this a little bit already, but do you have a possible kind of date or a month from when you'd be back fighting again?
Yeah, so we're looking at September, and then maybe again in December. But nothing's set in stone yet, but it will most likely be those months.
Okay, that's good. And so I suppose with you just kind of recently starting out, you do want to be quite active in fights.
Yeah, definitely, but also it's hard because you've got to stay active and take your time as well at the same time, because at these lower weights it's literally a couple of fights and now you got a title shot. Do you get what I mean? So I don't want to rush at the same time, but I'll leave all that to my team really. I trust them fully, so I'll leave all that to my team. I'll just hit people.
That's what you do, man, doing it for a living, mate. And so for anybody who's not watched you fight before, what would you say makes yourself interesting as a fighter?
What makes me interesting is I can counter punch, I can box on the back foot, I can also come forward and put them on the back foot. I've just got a variety. Whatever works, whatever's gonna get me the win, that's what I'll do.
That's the good way of looking at it, mate. And so I suppose you have kind of already touched upon this, but how far do you believe you can go?
I think I can go as far as there's no limit for me. I think it just depends on how hard I work. Really, I can go as far as I want.
You can indeed, mate. And so for one more final question, you've got a little bit of a platform here. Would you like to shout anything out?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out my team: Brendan, Norman, Tom Powell, Frankie, Worth, all my team at Borkington Boxing Club. Shout out all my friends and people that come to support me, because obviously that's literally, without them no one would let me go on their shows or anything. Do you know what I mean? That's most important. And also my sponsors as well. Some of them, this is Rivers Top, but Blue Dog, I got E-Cook Electrical, Concept Punjab, CS Detailing. But yeah, there's a few. They're all on my Instagram. But yeah, that's a few.
Nice one, mate. Brilliant stuff. Well, thank you very much for doing this. Maybe a little bit further along down the line when you're getting these titles together, we can come back and do another interview.
Yeah, definitely. Why not?
Lovely stuff. And so if you're new around here and you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like the video if you like the video, and thanks for watching.